Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to this webinar. I would like to go through the presentation now with you to introduce you to the course and to give you some background about all the modules that you are anticipated to study if you choose to come to Brunel for your master's course. First of all, I would like to let you know that the MSc in Biomedical Engineering at Brunel University is based at the College of Engineering Design and Physical Sciences, and within this college the course is run under the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Now I'm going to go through some of the modules that you are going to be or anticipating to take. We have the course split into two streams. One is the MSc in Biomedical Biogenetics and Tissue Engineering, and in that course you have a few compulsory modules that you will have to take them in order to graduate. The first compulsory module is the dissertation, and this is a big module, and this accounts for 1/3 of the whole degree into 60 credits. There are 4 other compulsory modules that you will need to take, which are biomechanics and biomaterials, and in this module you will be learning about the strength of material, the materials that are being used in the biomedical area, and also some of the basic biomechanics related to the bones and all the devices that are being used with the human body. Biomedical Engineering Principles, ME 5526, which is number 3 on your list. This is a module that we teach to all our students because a lot of our students come from different backgrounds, and in order for us to streamline the knowledge of everyone, graduates from mechanical engineering background, graduates from electrical engineering, graduates from physics, graduates from chemical engineering, all of these students, they need to be talking the same language, and that's why we give this module in order for everybody to be able to speak the same language and understand each other. And this is the new language of biomedical engineering rather than the original language that they have been speaking in their respective background. Then we have ME 5531, module Design and Manufacture, and this is number 4 on your list. This module, in this module you will be learning some of the softwares like CAD, and in this module you will also be learning how to design medical devices and how medical devices are manufactured. Also, this is kind of linked to artificial organs, which will be an optional module later. ME 5560, module number 5 on your list, Innovation Management and Research Methods. In this module you will be learning how to do research within the area of biomedical engineering. Also, you will be learning about innovation. If you have an idea, how would you protect this idea so that no one else will be able to use it? If you want, if you will be working in the biomedical engineering area, what are the management infrastructure within the health services companies or health services providers? You will be learning all this in the management element of this module. Now, we have some optional modules for the MSc Biomedical Genetics and Tissue Engineering, and these modules are tissue engineering. If you're interested in tissue engineering, you will be able to take that module, and in this module you will be learning about the basics of tissue engineering and what are the tissue engineering technologies being used for in today's world. Then we have BB 5503, Genomics Technology, and BB 5504, Molecular Mechanics of Human Disease. In genomics technologies, you will be learning about the genome. You will be learning about the technologies that are associated with quantifying the genomes of the human body, or in vivo in general for any species. Then 5504, molecular mechanics of the human disease. You will be learning about the human disease and the mechanics at the molecular level, and you will need to choose from these optional modules in order to be able to graduate with an MSc. The other stream of the our MSc in Biomedical Engineering is the MSc in Biomedical, Biomechanics, and Bioelectronics. In the same way, we will go through the compulsory modules. We will have the dissertation. As we said, this is very important because it accounts for 60 credits, i.e. it's 1/3 of the whole course. ME 5525, listed number 2. You will be learning about biomechanics and biomaterials as discussed before, biomedical engineering principles as we discussed before, design and manufacture as we discussed before, innovation and management and research methods as we discussed before. Now we move into the optional modules, and that's where the difference will be from the other stream. Here you will be able to choose from biofluid mechanics, ME 5524, or biomedical imaging and image processing. Biofluid mechanics, this is the module where you will be learning the blood flow in arteries, airflow in lungs, urinary flow, and so on. And these are all linked to disease. For example, when we teach blood flow in arteries, these are linked to diseases such as hypertension. In biomedical imaging and image processing, you will be learning about the basics of MRI, about ultrasound, about the CT, and the basic physics about them and how they are used in imaging the human body non-invasively. ME 5561, this is a very popular module because you will be learning about artificial organs and how these are developed and how these are used to replace the human organs when they fail. You'll be learning a little bit about their design and a little bit about their usage and what is in the market today and what is the anticipation for development in the future. Having gone through all the modules and the 2 streams of the course, I want to give you a little bit of a background of why would you want to choose Brunel. Brunel University, at Brunel in this course you will be taught by experts in their field. Every lecturer or every professor who teaches on this course is an expert in their respective field, and they have publication, research, track record in this field. So you are guaranteed that you will be taught by experts. Also, Brunel is well-known UK university with a high reputation for engineering education, including biomedical. Here I would like to introduce you to the name Brunel. Brunel University is named after the famous Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who was a very famous British engineer in the Victorian time, and he was not only a good engineer, he was also an excellent entrepreneur, and he is the engineer responsible for building the initial iron bridges in the UK and also the railways. The university has taken after his name, and it has excelled and it distinguished itself in the engineering area, and it is well known worldwide for its engineering education. Now, Brunel, although it is part of London, it is not as expensive in London because we are situated at the outskirts of London. We are only 30 minutes away from central London by train, and we are only 20 minutes bus ride from Heathrow Airport. And this also gives us a very good advantage because if we have visitors or if we have students who are traveling in and out of the country, we are very close to Heathrow. And if they want to enjoy their time, themselves by going to central London in the weekend, it is not very far at all. Finally, why would you choose Brunel? A very distinctive feature of Brunel is that we have accommodation on campus, and this accommodation is guaranteed for all our postgraduate students. It's a very beautiful location, it's full of green and full of very beautiful pathways, and the accommodation is on campus, not very far from where you will be actually taught. Now, I want to tell you a few special features about the course. So having spoken about the university, I want to speak a little bit about the course. We have a special research collaboration with our local hospital. The hospital is called Hillingdon Hospital, and our students carry out research and take out projects with the local hospital. So one of our students this year is taking a project with Hillingdon Hospital into designing an equipment for maternity mothers in the final hours before the delivery of the baby. So we have strong links with hospitals around London, but in particular with Hillingdon Hospital. The second thing I want to say is that we have an accreditation with the Institution of Mechanical Engineers. This accreditation is nearly running out, but we are planning to submit another application for this application to be renewed, the accreditation to be renewed, and therefore our students can easily become members of the Institution of Mechanical Engineers. Also, we are planning to submit an accreditation application to the Institution of Physics and Engineering in Medicine, IPEM, and in the same way we are anticipating to be accredited for that as well. Finally, something about the course, that mechanical engineering at Brunel is ranked top 10 in the UK, and you can verify this yourself according to the Guardian University League table in 2018. The course is sitting within a very important department within the university, and the department is very highly ranked. As I said, it's number 10 across the UK. So we are approximately number 1 in London. We are number 9. We are number 1 or number 2 in London in comparison with our with other courses in the London area. Finally, before we close, I want to give you a little bit of information about where do our graduates go. When our graduates finish the course, they are able to join industry. For example, one of our students went into a company that is developing equipment for the assessment and for the treatment of asthma patients. Other graduates from the course, they went to the giant JSK, and some of our students actually they went into academia to continue their education at research PhD level. Some of the students, they stay at Brunel to do their PhDs, and some of them they go to other universities depending on the opportunities available and the funding available at the time. Some of our students also go to the National Health Services, where they will join hospitals as clinical engineers or biomedical engineers, where they join the biomedical engineering departments at hospitals in the NHS. Finally, some of our graduates, they join small and medium-sized enterprises, the so-called SME, as research and development engineers, where they are tasked to look after smaller projects where they are involved in the development of some of these devices, or at the developmental stage into testing these devices. So our students, they have a wide range of options, and they are able to get jobs and they are able to get jobs in a various cross-discipline when they graduate. In fact, one of our students, after they finished, they preferred to work in a different discipline. Having learned all the techniques, they worked in a different discipline. I hope that I have given you enough information about the course, about the university, and about what you would anticipate to do when you graduate, and I will be happy to receive any questions. If you are able to write your questions, then I will be able to answer you. I can see that Sarah.
Yes, Sarah's got a question here. The question from Sarah is, can you give some examples of some dissertations?
Okay, some of our dissertations this year, one of our students is working into testing a device for the measurement and analysis of the gait, the way people walk, and how this is linked to deformation in the spine and back pain. Another student is working on, as I mentioned, in collaboration with the Hillingdon Hospital, into developing a new device for listening to babies while they are in their last few hours before coming out from the mother's womb, and this is in order to make sure that the baby is safe during these final hours. Another student that we have is working on a device that will be used for purifying drugs and and this is in association with a pharmaceutical company. These are just 3 examples of what our students are working on at the moment. If you're interested in learning more about what the range of projects that we have, perhaps you can email me and I will give you a fuller answer. Now, if you have any questions, then perhaps you can write the question.
Yes, we've got another question there's a question here from Anna. How many lectures per week?
The work load is divided into 3 terms, and in term 1 you will be studying 4 modules, in term 2 you will be studying another 4 modules, and then in the summer term you will be working on your dissertation. This is a full-time course, and it's full-time, meaning that you will be working for 12 consecutive months. Average working hours, approximately 30 hours a week during term time. Of course, we break just before Christmas, and then we break just before Easter, and then the exams, and then after that the students work full-time on their dissertation during the summer months. Any other questions?
There's a question here from Abdul. How many exams per year?
How many exams per year? These are dependent on the number of modules that you will take, but usually each module will have only 1 exam. In fact, some of our modules, such as artificial organs, we don't have an exam, and this is only based on assignments. But the expectation for writing these assignments is very high, that you need to write something that can be published. But for all the other modules, you will be expecting 1 exam per year. some of the modules, the exams are immediately before Christmas, and then the modules that you will be taking in term 2, you will take the exams in May. Any other questions? Any other questions?
If there are any more questions, please could you write them in the questions box to the right of your screen, and Professor Keir will answer them. Okay, looks like there are no more questions here. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. We have got a question come in here from Amy. So Amy's question is it possible to have a placement while doing the MSc?
Amy, the answer to this is no. You wouldn't be able to have a placement while you're doing the MSc because you will be very busy with all the modules, but what would be possible is that you will have your dissertation in association with a hospital or with an industrial partner, where you can do the project in association with one of these partners, and that will be considered as a placement, but this is solely for the purpose of doing your dissertation at the end during the summer. In fact, this is a good point to explain to you how we manage the dissertation process. In February of every year, we invite all academics around the university who are working in the biomedical engineering area, and we invite our collaborators from outside, whether they are from the hospitals, from the NHS, or from industry. They come and we spend the whole day together, academics and industrial and clinical partners. They present projects to the students, and then the students begin to choose projects that are relevant and suitable to their background. And when this project is agreed between the student, the partner, and the academic, then these are agreed, and they start doing the background reading from February until May, and then from June onwards, the students work full-time on their projects, having read enough about the topic during the previous months. Have I answered your question, Amy? Okay, thank you. Thanks. Any other questions? Samer, can you hear me properly? And do you have any questions? Please write. Samer, I cannot hear you properly. Alaba, Baju? Do you have any questions?
No.
No, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else? Okay, as I don't have anybody, any other questions, I will hand you over to Mrs. To the administrator, and then we will say goodbye for now. If you have any other questions, then perhaps you can email me, and I will be happy to reply to all your questions. My email, you should be able to find it on the website ashraf.care@brunel.ac.uk. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Goodbye for now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us.